Took off the front bumper, moved it. So next, I'm taking out that screw right there, which is for the stabilizer bar. I'm going to loosen it up. Then you take out these 4 screws, and that'll get you into the differential case. Alright, so next thing I'm gonna do is loosen up the shocks here. That way that'll give me better access to get in that area there. And the shocks. These couple of grub screws right here. It's real easy. Just loosen them up. Pull them out all the way. Slide right out. Swing them up and out the way. And then pop open the diff case. Diff case pop open. Swing it out the way. You can take out the differential. Just kind of grab these 2. Wiggle it up and out. And there you have it, there's your diff. You notice, I don't know if you can see it, but there's 1 shim on it already, right here. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Right there, you got 1 shim. So I'm gonna check to see if I can see how good this shim spins. Make sure it's right. If not, I'll add another shim on there just to get it in the right spot. All right, so to make it easier, take off these 4 screws that hold on these rock guards. Take that off. Just those 4 screws right there. And then I'm going to take off the center brace so that it can give me access to the center differential, which I'm going to pull out. That way I can pull out the center drive shaft and I can get a better feel for how the pinion is connecting to the differential. Alright, so now I'm gonna crack open the diff. And I'm just gonna crack it open and just make sure it got fluid in it and it's filled up right. Unfortunately, from the factory, they kind of come up short on this aspect a lot of the times. But when you mass produce shit, that's what you get. So I'm just gonna pop it open and see what it looks like inside. It's greasy and it's this plastic, so I don't really want to use the driver to get it out. Impact However, I don't want to melt the plastic. If you back out these screws too fast, the plastic will melt. And you'll never get it sealed back. Alright, so now let's crack it open. Okay, so now that we got it cracked open, find my rag real quick. This spilled on my phone. So look in here and you see it's actually not bad. It could use just a little. Really, I think that's good enough. Yeah, I think that's good enough. It's the limited slip differential, so it doesn't need to have like a heavy oil or anything. So actually, I think that oil that's in it is enough. So I'm gonna close this one up and just get the gear mesh and get it in there. All right, so now getting this in here is kind of like more of a feel than kind of a finished fit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add one more of these and kind of give it a spin to see how it fits in there, how it meshes. So I'll be right back. Kind of just feel how it spins. Make sure you hold it in the way it's going to be set. So now I'm going to take it out. So now you got it in there. And kind of just want to give it a couple of spins just to make sure it's spinning good. And so I see how it sounds with having the two in there. So I may try a third one just to see how it fits. Alright, so I put a third one in, and your head kind of get that. So that's too tight. So I'll take the third one off, and I'm gonna leave it with 2. See how smooth it is. So the back one, see, this is getting differential unless I hold it. See, that side is spinning the opposite direction. I can feel it bind some. So the red got a little bit of binding about it. See, so you know that's off. So as soon as you would turn it on, start running it, it'll get that grinding, and eventually it's gonna strip them gears out and just eat the teeth off. Alright, see, now I have this 24C Quicksilver Marine Grease with the PTFE, and I'm just gonna put a little bit on these gears, just a little bit. That's all I need, just a little bit. And then I'm gonna close this diff case up, and I'm done with this part. Let's move it up, and we're good. Alright, so doing the rear is pretty much the same as doing the front. One thing about it is you're going to have to take the wing off in order to access these screws up here, because the angle is just so messed up to kind of get a driver in there. I don't know, this wing is a little bit taller. I'm going to see if I can do it without taking the wing off, then better. So you take the wing off, you can loosen up the shocks the same way. You just loosen up this grub screw right there and slide out the pin, and the shocks come up, and just flip them up, and the rears seem to be probably the worst off, worse than the front, because they're binding pretty well.
What are the odds that we see him at all in uniform on Monday? Well, you mentioned 48 hours. That's sort of the problem. It's been a whirlwind. So I talked to a source who said it's going to be tough.
Yeah, they bind pretty good. So I'll see. Get this set up and running. So this is why you go through here. Like these safety cups that they have, they tend not to be perfectly round. So the problem that is going on is that it's binding a little bit on that part of the bulkhead. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grind down just a little bit, just to give a little more space so it's not rubbing. But yeah, those two pieces of plastic are rubbing, and that's causing it to just have that little bit of bind just right there. But you see, it doesn't spin straight, and none of them do. I don't know what the fuck Arm is doing about this shit, but yeah. So I'll just grind it down a little bit just so it spins freely and smooth. Alright, everything's good now. Everything's nice and spinning nice and smooth.
On the front line, hospitals deal with the fallout of this epidemic as thousands of babies are born hooked on pills.
That's how you take care of your diffs.
Are you like me? Business.
And now we're done.
It's been a long time since Chef has
It rolls nice and smooth.
Meth making with store-bought ingredients. is extremely dangerous.
It should roll nice and smooth with a little push. That's all you need.
At any
Get a
moment.
nice little roll.
Kids can change minds. They can even change the world around us.
Not even pushing it hard. Now, of course, there's no motor in it, but it should still roll freely with no motor in, definitely. But it should be smooth. You don't even hear the diffs now, so it's good to go. So now electronics, and it's rolling.